going to be Curtly Ambrose to open the bowling for the West Indies. A bit of movement already.
Batsman beaten the first ball itself. Amby moving the ball outside. Generally Ambrose brings the ball in, but this one he moved it outside. Batsman a little bit of problems there.
Chudasama not too happy with the people moving in front of the side screen. But Curtly Ambrose, this occasion deciding that he wants a slightly more attacking field with this much grass on the pitch. 169 wickets to his name. I'm sure he'd love to add another 3 or 4 to that in this game. That's 4 runs. Too much room outside the off stump and put away by Chudasama.
That's a brilliant shot by Deepak Chudasama. That's his natural game, the attacking game. Ambrose giving him the width to play that square cut, and Chudasama getting right on top of the ball and playing the shot with ease. Very confident looking shot by Deepak Chudasama.
And very powerfully hit as well. Another good shot. Through the vacant mid-off position. The man at mid-off is a bit wide. That's 4 more to Chudasama. At the end of the first over, Kenya 8 without loss. That's 4 runs. The attempted bouncer and then the Yorker, but the Yorker not quite pitching. Full toss going for 4.
That's a very well-timed shot by Tariq Iqbal. Confident looking shot, attempted Yorker, picking it up on the full and flicking it towards square leg for 4 runs.
That's caught, not on the first attempt. Roger Harper, the man at second slip, just parrying it over his head, and Bran Lara completing the catch. So Chudasama gone.
That was a straighter delivery from Courtney Walsh, and Chudasama trying to play across the line, taking the ball from Midland off towards square leg, taking the outer edge, and probably Roger Harper did not expect that catch. And thank goodness it popped up, and Lara was waiting and watching the ball all the way through and made it look a simple catch. Bad luck to Kenya, 15 for 1.
Kennedy Otieno, the new batsman for Kenya. Very good average in just the 4 games. And he's off the mark immediately. First run quite quickly, coming back for the second. 2 runs to Kennedy Otieno. Beautiful delivery, and that's out. Kennedy Otieno just pushing at that ball on the off-stump line. Good pace, good bounce, bit of away movement, and another wicket down.
That's ideal fast bowler's delivery, great delivery. Just short of a length, making the batsman prod outside the off-stump and a nick to the wicket keeper. Great delivery by Walsh. Kenya 19 for 2.
Stephen Tikolo, the new batsman for Kenya. Very big task ahead of him. He's the best of the Kenyan batsmen. Just 71 runs in this tournament so far. 150. 1 good innings, and then not a lot since that good innings, Chris.
Yeah, 65 against India. That is a brilliant knock. But here he's got to face Walsh, who's having a good run today.
Going down the leg side. Bit of movement off the seam, but too much. Tariq Iqbal going over the top. A slow delivery from Courtney Walsh. Will it make it? Keith Atherton is pretty quick. Oh, that was a good footwork from Keith Atherton. He made sure he came back over the rope before he touched the ball. But it's 26 for 2, Kenya. Tariq Iqbal again, pushing that through the mid-on position. Coffee is after it. Will it be 2? Yes. Two more to Tariq Iqbal.
Tariq Iqbal designed to have a go against the bowling. Ready to predetermined shot, I should say. Coffee First trying to play football and missing it. Then, since the ball was not timed well, he had all the time to run and stop the ball. Just 2 runs of the delivery.
That's another run to Tariq Iqbal. Currently Ambrose the fielder, and a very good throw. Too short, pulled away. That's another boundary to Kenya.
Beautiful shot by Tariq Iqbal. Hooked it very well, getting into position very well.
That's gone. That's a big hit. Over the boundary, it's 6. Stephen Ticola, the man playing the shot.
It's an amazing shot by Ticolo. He picked it up beautifully on the rise and flicked it over mid-wicket. What a confident shot to play against the mighty Indies bowling, especially Walsh. And that's a beautiful shot. 6 runs to Ticolo.
That's high in the air. Coffee is under it and caught comfortably. So Tariq Iqbal going for the pull shot again, getting it high on the bat and just lobbing it to mid-on.
That was not a short ball, just shadowing Tariq Iqbal, trying his luck to pull it over mid-wicket, but then didn't get out of the ball properly. And Coffee right underneath at mid-on. Kenya are 45 for 3.
Magnificent day here in Pune. Not such a good one for the Kenyan team so far. Chudasama for 8, Iqbal 16, and Atono for 2. Great shot to Colo. Straight down the ground. That's great treatment of the fast bowler. And up comes the half century for Kenya.
Taken on the rise. Ball not pitched up to him. Slightly short of a good length. And the advantage of not moving his feet is coming to him on this occasion. He just stands there and plays it on the rise over mid-off. But definitely a very good shot.
Oh, beautiful hit. That could be 6. Just in front of the boundary, but a magnificent shot once again from Ticolo. And that's probably the reason why they're not pitching it up. Anything that is pitched up, it's dispatched very well indeed by these Kenyan players.
That's a marvelous shot. I mean, look at that. Again, he picks it up on the rise. He's just standing there and playing. As we see, there's not much of a movement, going back and then playing it. An amazing shot. One bounce outside the fence.
Should be out. Oh, Roger Harper puts it down again. Having an absolute nightmare, Roger Harper. And the Kenyans very alert. Sneak through for the single. That ball was only a metre or so away from Roger Harper. Very disappointed. No backing up there from Brian Lara. And the Kenyans saw that quickly and went through for the single.
Well, that's a hat-trick of drop catches by Roger Harper.
Oh, in the air, that should be 4. Good shot. Steve Ticolo again. Anything that's pitched up, and there hasn't been much of that of late. Beautiful shot.
Well, pitched slightly short to him. Waited for the ball on the rise and plays it over extra cover. That's a very good example. Look at that. A little bit of room for him, and that's perfectly played.
Out. So great over there for Bishop. A maiden plus a wicket. And Kenya 72 for 4.
Ultimately, he's gone to wicket. And on this occasion, it's slightly shot to him. He goes back. Goes 2 back. And on the jump, he's not able to balance himself. Hits the off stump. It's gone. And to follow that wicket, Kenya 72 for 4.
British Mode, the new batsman at the crease, coming in at the fall of Morris Adumbe, who was comprehensively out this time. Definitely stood on the wicket, hit wicket. No doubt about that, as Michael Holding and Chris Srikanth comes into the commentary box.
Thank you, Stacky. Morris Adumbe going a bit too far back, being pushed back by Ian Bishop. This is close. If he had hit, I think that would have been the end. Hitesh Modi diving in, but look how close this is.
That's a great piece of fielding there by the fielder at point. I think it's Campbell. Running in and picking up and throwing in one action. That's beautiful fielding. Oh, what a miss that was. It would have just been out by a yard or two.
That looks to be out. Yes, it is. Attempted sweep by Steve Tikola. The ball seemingly coming off the glove. Jimmy Adams had a simple task.
Tikola was playing very well, but he tried to play the paddle sweep, trying to pick the ball up from just off stump or outside off stump, getting it off the glove and popping up for a simple catch to Adams. So Roger Harper strikes in the first over. Kenya 77 for 5.
Martin Suji, the new batsman for Kenya.
Harper's got all the fielders inside the circle, mid-on and mid-off inside. Square ledge on the ball. Oh, that's a good catch by Lara. Straight into Lara's hands. Good bowling by Harper. Ball deviating away a bit, straightening it out. And good anticipation by Lara.
Martin Suji just pushing a bit at that ball outside the off stump. That's the ball that goes straight on. No real turn and a good catch by Brian Lara. That ball was about 4 inches off the ground. 81 for 6 Kenya.
Okay, Raj.
Thomas Odoyo, the new batsman for Kenya.
I'm sure Odoyo must be looking forward for a big score because he's not done well so far in this tournament. And he and Modi have a big task ahead of them.
That's a good shot. That went powerfully past the right hand of Sherwin Campbell in the gully. And that's a good shot indeed. Just past Brian Lara in the slip. He's racing towards the boundary. Walsh is after it. A bit of footwork there. You know, Jamaicans are great fans of Pele, Chris, and he brought that out a bit of footwork there. Greatest football I've ever seen.
Modi trying to play it towards point, but then getting a thick edge outside the off stump. But what Walsh doing is pretty dangerous because if he steps onto the ball, he might twist his ankle. And that's not good for him at all.
This could be it, but it's close. Atherton misses, and that's the century mark for Kenya. Thomas Odoyo thanking his gods that he missed the stumps there. Look how close this was.
Keith Atherton, the natural left-hander there, the very dangerous single because he could see all the 3 stumps there and he would have been out if he had hit the stumps. That's bad thinking and by the batsman because Keith Atherton, being a left-hander, had all the time and he could get a full view of the 3 stumps, but unfortunately missed it.
And this time signalled wide by umpire Ramaswamy. But Courtney Walsh seems to be struggling a bit there, Chris. It seems as if he is having some physical ailment.
Not happy with himself, cursing himself, probably, as you say, must be having some kind of a problem with himself. Not able to say anything from here. But sure, he's disappointed with this kind of no bowling, and now he's coming around the wicket for the batsman.
That's a good shot, but well fielded. Roger Harper, the man there at the mid-wicket. At the end of the 30th over, it's 102 for 6. Courtney Walsh, the chief wicket taker, but unfortunately he has had to leave the field. Not feeling 100% fit.
Nice shot, straight down the ground. Beautiful timing in that shot. 4 runs.
A treat to watch. That stroke was absolutely marvelous. Played with an absolute straight bat.
It was magnificent, wasn't it? A roll of the wrists. Must be a beautiful bat. That hit right in the centre. Went for the Orca. Nice shot from Magallo. Should have enough carry to take it to the boundary. Once again, just over-pitching and punished for doing that.
Well, yes, Adoyo is watching the ball till the very end. He again plays the perfect straight bat. Just waits for the ball till the very end and places it between extra cover and mid-off. And look at that shot. It's absolutely marvellous.
Guided down to third man. May beat the fieldsman down there, Ambrose, and it does. Nice shot by Modi, just going with it. Picks up 4 off the last ball, 125 for 6. Interesting. The umpire calling for the replay. Great take by Jimmy Adams. The straight one from Roger Harper. Yes, missed them the first time, but coming back the second time, realised that the batsman hadn't got the foot back, and then suddenly sees the foot out and goes again and takes the bail off, and definitely out. So Harper getting his third wicket. Lots of work here for the third umpire. And a very good game so far for Jimmy Adams. 125 for 7. The new batsman, the all-rounder, Edward Adumbe. This is his 4th match in this Wills World Cup. With excellent bowling there from Roger Harper, the quicker one. Jimmy Adams initially trying to whip the bails off. Must have just missed them by a fraction. And bowled. Cuppy, first ball back.
Well, he wasn't sure.
Comprehensively. 126 for 8. Cuffy, no limber up delivery with this one for him. Not in behind it and picks up the off stump. So this innings really falling away for Kenya now. 126 for 8. There's Edward Adumbe out bowled, just facing 4 deliveries. So 126 for 8 in the 40th over.
Atherton coming on as a stopgap 6th bowler.
That's true. And that's 4 more runs to Kenya.
That's very well played by Karim. Waiting for the late cut. Shrank shot ball outside the off stump and punishing it between third man and point for 4 runs. What's your opinion about that?
Looking for another single, but not there. Roger Harper coming in quite quickly there at mid-wicket. I agree with you there, Chris. I think both of them played very well. But I think Adoyo, the younger of the two, was the most impressive. Diving back, Hitesh Modi. West Indian bowlers haven't been doing too badly, but too many wides and no balls. But those figures, Bishop completed his 10 overs for 30 runs, 1 wicket. Harper 3 for 15 off 10, excellent. That's evaded Jimmy Adams behind the stumps. I think it's off the pad. Here's signal leg bias by umpire Ramaswamy. 4 more to Kenya.
Modi trying to flick it off the toes and going off the pads for 4 runs, and that's what Kenya wants at this stage. At least 4 every over to increase the run rate towards the end.
Well, that's 1. Jimmy Adams, the man taking the catch. Hitesh Modi, who played so well for his team. The 9th wicket down at 155.
Good catch by Adams. Modi's been fishing out to the off stump for quite some time, against Cuffy especially. And this time it's quite too close to the body, and when he tried to do that, just gave a very good catch by Adams. Otherwise, probably it would have gone straight into Lara's hands. Kenya 155 for 9.
Rajab Ali, the new batsman for Kenya. Well, that's well played. Number 11 batsman tickling that around the fine leg region and gets 2.
Very confident shot for a number 11 batsman. 2 more overs to go. Extended period now after 12:30 p.m. And obviously it will be decided later on. Whoa! That's a dangerous thing to do at this stage. Not offering a stroke when the ball is coming on straight. I don't think it was a short delivery. The batsman blinded and just knocked off. Oh yes, it was a bit.
Excellent figures for Curtly Ambrose. And that's it. The end of the Kenyan innings. Attempted drive there by Kareem. Outside edge being found, and again Jimmy Adams taking the catch behind the stumps.
Jimmy Adams had a good time today. That's an over pitch ball just outside the off stump. Batsman going for a drive, head in the air, a thick edge, and Jimmy Adams having his 5th victim today. 4 catches and a stumping, and that's a 2nd wicket for Ambrose.
The attack. Oh, ball just moving off the seam, and what a way to start off.
That ball called by the umpire as no shot was offered. But there was a lot of bounce and the ball went quick off the wicket. So that's a good sign as far as this game is concerned.
Appeal for LBW. Collected the pad on the way through, and one would think leg buys. So 4 leg buys to get this innings rolling, 4 without loss. Nicely played. Good control with that shot. The Kenyan bowlers just not able to come to grips at the moment with the movement that's out there, both in the air and off the seam. Campbell nicely playing that down to fine leg for 4. Oh, and gets past him again. Gloved it, but made its way down to the boundary for 4. Off the bat too. You'd have to put it down as a chance.
Well, once you get a glove to it, it has to be put down as a chance. And again, this time straying down the leg side. Well, I would say that's... he should have taken it.
Bowled. Great ball by Rajat Ali. And Richie Richardson is out. The movement in the air and off the pitch, claiming the 1st wicket for Kenya.
Well, that's a very good ball. He's bowling to a very good line, except for straying down one on the previous occasion, which also should have gone down as a catch, which he should have gone. This one coming in off the wicket, taking the thick inside edge. The leg stump's gone. And to follow that wicket, West Indies 18 for 1.
There's a huge ovation for Brian Lara as he stepped onto the field, replacing Richie Richardson. Shot. Great start by Brian Lara. That's what they came to see, and that's what they got.
A lot of width in that, well pitched up to Lara. And that's a gift, very first ball he's facing. Going outside the off stump, taking full advantage of that. Hitting it between the gap.
Bowled him around his legs. Campbell across too far, and he's picked up the legs, up the stump. Magnificent start this by Kenya, and the West Indies under enormous pressure.
Campbell has this tendency of shuffling across too much and too often. This occasion bowling from wide of the crease, angling it in, and just enough to take the leg stump. So that's marvellous bowling, very good thinking by Suji. And that dismisses the 2nd wicket for the West Indies, and follow that wicket, West Indies 22 for 2.
Lara could be out if he hits. Oh, he was gone to the world. The fieldsman came in. He had time to settle himself through it, and it was a fraction in it. It could have been the end of Brian Lara.
That's a magnificent piece of fielding. It just plays there, and the backup, without waiting for the striker's call, he just goes and backs up, and there's no chance whatsoever. He'd given up the chase for the stumps as well, but then he's just very lucky to survive.
Nice shot. Should be 4. It is. Just beats Suji down at 3rd man. 28 for 2. That's out! That is out! Brian Lara has been dismissed. It bubbled around in the gloves of the wicketkeeper, Iqbal, but Brian Lara once too often flirting outside that off stump, and aren't the Kenyans happy?
Well, I think they were not at all. He didn't seem at all as if he was interested in staying there for long. He wanted to finish the game off in a couple of overs. Either he had to catch a flight, but that's a superb line that one should be bowling to a left-hander just on the off stump. A perfect delivery, and look at that, how he catches that. He might have just left it again, but this time he's lucky getting Brian Lara, and follow that wicket, 33 for 3.
134 runs needed by the West Indies as Keith Arthurton comes to the crease. Another left-hander in the West Indies. And the Kenyans, I don't think, mind bowling to them either. Clearly that away movement from the left-hander causing the West Indies a few problems.
It's a slow one from Rajabali, and a perfect delivery, just missed the outside edge. And look at that expression. He's definitely enjoying himself, and so are all the other Keenan players.
Just a touch of apprehension there, and that could be close. Arthurton taking on the fieldsman, and it's a direct hit. We'll have to wait for the replay, but the initial feeling was that Keith Arthurton may not have made his ground.
Oh yes, the Kenyans are definitely on their toes. They're very quick on everything. But at this occasion, he just plays in within the square and goes for that single. The fielder from extra cover, really very quick onto the ball, picks it up, and a marvelous piece of fielding. Yes, he's gone. And look at that jubilation. Look at the Kenyan side. 4 West Indian batsmen gone, just for 35. They are absolutely happy. And follow that wicket, the moment West Indies 35 for 4.
Chandra Paul still on strike. Jimmy Adams, the new batsman at the crease, and new commentators, Chris Srikanth and a very worried Michael Holding.
And Kistaki. And this is the fall of the 4th wicket. Keith Arthurton just pushing on to the offside. Not really a run there, and run out. Never was a run there, Chris.
Yeah, there was no run at all, and that was a brilliant piece of fielding by Modi.
That's a good shot. Finally has timed one, and he has placed it perfectly.
That's a very positive approach from Chandrapal. Not worried about the tension, playing a lovely square drive, getting into position beautifully and placing it between point and covers for 4 runs.
That's gone. No fielders out. 1 bounce into the boundary.
That's a very good shot played by Chandrapal. Getting into position beautifully and picking it up easily and pulling it over square leg. 1 bounce into the fence for 4 runs.
That was close. Could easily have gotten on underage onto the stumps.
Yes, that was a bit of a risky shot. Ball pitching outside the off stump. Udayo from the far end, pitching it short just outside the off stump. Jimmy Adams didn't pick it up too well.
West Indies 55 for 4. In the air, could be out. Yes, we've done it straight away. Chandra Paul getting a real loose one there from Morris Adumbi. Leant back on it and hold out behind point, and a great breakthrough for Kenya.
Good afternoon, Keith. And that is what happens. A bad ball, well outside the off stump. He was not at all in position, drawing back, playing that shot straight into the hands of backward point. And look at that excitement. Isn't he jubilant at the moment? And that follow the wicket again brings on a little bit of life into the game, as it had gone a little quieter. And follow that wicket, West Indies 55 for 5.
You know, Roger Harper, the new batsman for the West Indies. The great wicket there for Kenya.
A very shot outside the off stump. Chandrapal, it seemed, had lost concentration there, and the jubilation on the face is quite evident.
They know what to do, going through for the quick single, ping at the stumps, and could be overthrows. It is. Indiscreet throw there. Slow backing up down at mid-off. Mid-on coming across. fair amount of reaction from the fieldsmen out there too. They've just got to try and forget about that 4 runs that they gave away.
But yes, that is over-enthusiasm there, over-excitement as that has been run, and the batsman was well in before the throw came in. Is backing up from mid-on when I feel the fielder at mid-on should have been backing up.
Goes a little wide and that could be out. It is, it's out. It's bat and pad. And Modi taking the catch. Dumbe doing the damage again. Adams leaning forward and bat and pad, and he's out.
Well, that is what I was talking about. If he keeps that line, the batsman will try and play against the spin across the line, and this is what happens. The ball angling into him, a slight turn, wanting to play on the thick inside edge onto the pad and caught at silly point. And that is what he should exactly be bowling, it right on spot and follow that wicket. West Indies 65 for 6.
Ian Bishop's the news batsman. 102 runs needed for the West Indies. They've lost 6 and Kenya are now into the tail.
And that's a brilliant piece of bowling by Maurice Dumbe. And look at that, Keaton Safari beats the Caribbean vacation. Isn't that true at the moment?
Nice shot behind point. Kareem having difficulties chasing that. It was short, it was wide, and a good shot. Shot over the top. But they don't want to panic here. 2 balls. One was a very good one. That one then forcing Bishop to play over the top for 4.
Well, that's well played by Harper over the top.
That could be out. It is. He goes for the tickle down the leg side. Then he gets a faint edge and the wicket keeper, Tariq Iqbal, takes another catch.
Well, that's absolutely marvellous. Look at the transformation in Tariq Iqbal. He started with leaving the balls, leaving boundaries from his hands straight, which was coming straight to him. And look at this marvellous piece of keeping down the leg side and a fantastic catch. Just moving across, and I don't know where he took it, but he definitely did. And what a marvellous situation for Kenya it is now. That's the 7th wicket gone, and West Indies 78 for 7. Roger Harper gone for 17.
Curtly Ambrose not impressed with the scoreboard. 78 for 7, chasing 167 runs needed for victory. And Maurice Dumbe once again doing the job for Kenya.
Yes, the ball pitched on the leg stump and he takes it on the shuffle, but he's doing his job well. The ball angling into the batsman. There he goes.
Not out. Pad right forward. Beautifully played then. Good shot off the back foot. Could be a run out if he hits. And he's out, I think. He's called for the replay. Beautiful fielding at point. And Ambrose just loafing a little bit as he took off. And I think that could be the end of Curtly Ambrose.
Well, he was on the back foot when he played that shot. He played it quite confidently on the back foot. And there he runs. There's a little pause there, a little bit of uncertainty whether he should go for one or not. And there's a direct throw. And I would think, yes, he's gone. Well, that's the Kenyan dance. The East African dance. Ambrose goes for 3. The West Indies are 83 for 8.
Courtney Walsh, the new batsman. Single. Oh, again, there's tension out there, but no, I think he's home this time. Calls for the replay. Courtney Walsh, I think he's in this time. One just gets the feeling that Courtney Walsh made his ground.
Yes, again, there's a lot of uncertainty between the two. They're running for that. And there it is. Brilliant pick up and throw to the keeper, but he's well in.
There he goes again, but this time Courtney Walsh finds a gap on the offside. Over extra cover for a boundary. He's given it. Courtney Walsh isn't very happy, but he has given it.
89 for 9, West Indies.
Cameron Coffey, the new batsman for the West Indies, but he is not on strike. Courtney Walsh fell the last ball of the previous over. And that's it. Inside edge onto the stumps. Cameron Coffey goes. That's the end. The Kenyans are elated. Rajab Ali, the man doing the dirty work at the end.
Unbelievable victory. Rajab Ali is so happy, elated. It's something extraordinary performance by the Kenyans. Nobody on earth would have expected this kind of a result in today's match.